Now, being a goalie, we know that mistakes are part of our life, but that isn't often reflected in what we can see. In goalkeeping and in life in general, the vast majority of stuff that you guys see online every single week are people's best bits. People's best saves, people's penalty shootout wins, people's player of the match performances, all that stuff that people want to shout about, they don't often show you the flip side of the coin. So every pro goalie that you follow on Instagram or every influencer goalkeeper that you follow on YouTube or TikTok, the vast majority of the stuff that you see from them is the stuff that they want you to see, the stuff where things go well. Now, you might occasionally see a pro put out an apology after a bad performance on their Instagram story, or you might occasionally see a goalie influencer add one mistake in their long highlight clips of doing things well. But often those things are cursory. Those things are to show everyone else that they're aware that they make mistakes, or to show everyone else that they're aware that they should be upset. But we don't delve into mistakes. And for an area of our game that is so big and so important and so full of learning, we barely ever talk about it. And don't get me wrong, I am guilty for this as well. On this channel, we've done hundreds of matchday vlogs. I've made hundreds of mistakes and we try our best to talk about them, but we often don't go into detail. We often mention them, try and break it down, but then we're on to the next thing, on to the next best thing, on to the next thing that's gone well so that we can all feel good. And it's not useful because we all know how it feels. We all know how it feels to have that horrible game, to concede bad goals, to make mistakes, to cost your team. And when it happens to us, we just want to curl up in a ball, go in a dark room, forget all about it. And then when you're scrolling away in that dark room, all you're seeing is other people killing it. So I wanted to be extremely transparent. And in today's video, we're going to break down my last game that I played on the weekend where I conceded 5 goals in front of 1,800 people. And I'm going to show it to a lot more people right now because mistakes are where we learn. Black Box Thinking, Matthew Syed, great book for goalies, but mistakes are so rich in helping us to improve. So I'm going to show you all of my mistakes. We're going to talk all about them. We're going to break it down and hopefully it can help us all to learn. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't really want to make this video. I was going to make a matchday vlog of the game. I've done all the intro, filmed it all. And then walking away after this performance and after this result, my first thought was, we'll have a week off. Scrap that, don't want to talk about it. Even when you come back to analyse it yourself, just on your own, you really don't want to do it. Because as humans, we want to avoid the things that make us uncomfortable. And watching this definitely made me uncomfortable. But I'm fed up of only seeing the best bits. I'm fed up of you guys only seeing people's best bits and thinking that that is how life as a goalkeeper is and how life as a goalkeeper should be. Now that we are working with a lot of young goalkeepers, a lot of what I hear is the fear of making mistakes, the fear of being judged, even kids giving up on playing in goal because they're so upset making mistakes. And it will always be upsetting, but if you can flip it and realise it's a way to improve, and realise that every single person makes mistakes, every goalie that you follow has horrific games like this, then it can only help. So let's get into my horrific game. So this game was against Leek Town at the weekend in the Northern Premier League. I was playing for my club, FC United of Manchester. As you can see, we get a lot of people at these games. Just from looking behind the goal, you can see how many people are in that stand, and that's just one of the stands. I think there were 1,800 people watching this match. And that doesn't really affect me. I've played a lot of games in front of a lot of people. I've made a lot of mistakes in front of a lot of people. And that experience means that you're not so worried about playing in front of so many people. With this cross early on into the box, my defender clears it from pretty much on the 6-yard line. That is a cross that I should be coming to collect. And often, early in a game, you can realise if you're in a positive, dominant mood or whether you're in a kind of timid, nervous mood. And I don't know why, but I didn't come and collect that cross when I normally would. And trying to battle back from starting timid is really difficult. And as you can see, for the rest of this game, I made timid decisions. I didn't make brave decisions. So still early in the game, they've got the ball out wide. They were causing a lot of damage on that wing. That cross into the box deep, they get the first header, they get the second header, goal. And I think we're 1-0 down in under 10 minutes. Personally, on this one, I feel like my starting position's okay. The cross is good, it's deep. I don't think I can come and claim it. It's right at the back of the 6-yard box. Headed across goal, and I nearly get my hand to the second header to keep it out. If I'd have saved it, I feel like it would have been a very good save, reacting from that close range. But I didn't, and we're 1-0 down early doors. So my first actions of the game, not come and collected a cross and picking the ball out of the back of my net after not making the save. Not a great start. Now I'll use techniques like self-talk, where I'll say, right, forget about it, next action, each action one at a time, best of my ability. You've heard me talk about those phrases that I use to keep myself on it. That's something I would have been using. And you're trying to build back into a game after a bad start like that. Again, wide position, winger manages to just kind of cause problems to the fullback, but Matty does well, and I can come and pick it up. An easy kind of touch of the ball to try and start building my confidence back. And as a team, we were getting back into it. As you can see, great strike from Alf, makes it 1-1. So for me personally, I'm thinking, oh, right, okay, bad start, but we've got a goal back. Maybe we'll be able to build back up. I get the ball to my feet, I look up, I play that kind of pass into my wide player's feet, a difficult pass. You can see I'm a little bit more confident now. I'm not just taking the easy option of playing to my defenders, but I'm taking riskier passes, which are helping the team. And then we get a second goal. We go 2-1 up. And I'm thinking, right, okay, it was just a bad start, a bad blip, but we'll build from here and we'll win the rest of the game. But that's not always the way it goes, as you will see. We lose that pass into midfield, and then we're kind of all over the place defensively. Our left back's out of position. This deep cross into the box, our midfielder is trying to track the runner. Another header across goal, and another finish. This one, again, when I break down my position, when the cross is coming in, I'm happy that I'm high. I'm trying to command my box, but the cross is so wide, I don't feel like I'm able to get there. So I retreat to my line, and when I see that the striker's free to shoot, I just throw myself at the ball. I realise it's unlikely that I'm going to make the save, so I just throw myself completely at it. I somehow get a hand to it, but it goes in. So again, the first and second goal, in kind of not great situations where I'm unlikely to make the save, I've got my hands to it and I've not been able to keep it out. So I'm disappointed that I've not been able to kind of produce something big in a big moment for the team. And that's made it 2-2. And it's from 2 crosses into the box, even though I feel like my positioning was good and I feel like my decision was good, that I wasn't able to come and collect the crosses, it's still very disappointing to have let in those 2 goals and to have let the lead slip after getting back in front. Free kick into the box. Again, defender wins the header instead of me, and I'm able to claim the second ball. But in the last few weeks, I've been coming and collecting those crosses. I've been starting high and taking the ball well. So it just shows that it's kind of building up on me that I'm not feeling confident for some reason. I don't know why, in coming and taking those crosses. Now this is where it gets even worse. Throw in their half, hooked over, lads through on goal, lifts it over me, 3-2. And it is just a completely comical goal. The throw-in is in their own half, so I am high. My starting position is high, which I think is right. That ball is hooked over the top, and then I'm in no man's land. I don't know where to go. I'm trying to drop off just to make it as difficult as possible, and he loops it over me as if I wasn't even there. Again, this is probably a goal that you'd see in a junior football match, and I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this have probably never made this mistake. But when I break it down, my starting position, I need to be high in case there's a through ball played through, but as soon as that run comes through, we're not organised well enough from the throw in, for example, and I can see that as a goalie. Can I organise that situation better? And then when the ball does get played over, if I can't engage him, I've just got to drop as quick as I possibly can. Maybe I'm too slow in recognising the danger of that situation, because by dropping off and creating depth, he's not able to lob me, and he has to take a touch and it becomes a 1v1. So I'm not quick enough to drop off, and it just leaves a very easy finish. So there you go, 3-2 down and 3 horrible goals. Another throw-in, just after that last one, they win the first contact, they win the ball through. I'm able to come and sweep this time, but look at that for a clearance. Horrific. I've managed to clear it straight to their striker and got so lucky that I could clear the rebound, and also so lucky that it's offside. But this just screams no confidence, no dominance, no assertiveness in your decision making, hesitating, not backing yourself in the decisions that you do make. And that was the end of the first half. A half that could be summarised with not being brave enough, which is a value that I hold true to myself, because if I'm brave, I can accept the rest of it. At least I've been assertive, at least I've been brave in my decisions. But I wasn't brave in taking crosses, and I didn't back myself when I did make decisions. I didn't drop off quick enough, I didn't deal with that through ball well enough, and a lot of that comes down to confidence. So as you can see, all goalkeepers suffer with those lack of confidence moments. But what can you do about it? It's half time, we're 3-2 down, you have to try and reset, use that self-talk, get yourself back into a positive place, and deal with the next action. Don't worry about the stuff that's already gone on. Easy to say, not easy to do, as you can see, but deal with that next action. So as it's the second half and we're 3-2 down, we're pushing a lot of people forward. And as you can see from that defensive shape, it's not very secure. This ball over the top, I think the striker's getting through. He cuts back and he manages to square it for his mate to tap in to make it 4-2. This goal is purely my mistake. This ball through, I think, is going to run, and I think it's going to make it a 1v1 because he's ahead of the defender. But the bounce takes it back, my defender gets back, and then I'm stuck, and I can't do anything about what happens afterwards. What I should do is, as soon as I realise the bounce is poor, drop off, let my defender deal with it, or even before then, when the ball's played, drop off, let my defender deal with it because he's close enough to affect the striker. If he was miles ahead of the defender, yes, then I can come out and make it a 1v1. But given that my centre-back is so close to him, even if he's behind him, just by dropping off, it puts pressure on the striker and it makes it a difficult finish. Instead, by me stepping in and engaging with it, I make his mind up for him. All he has to do is take a touch, play it to his mate, who gets to tap into an empty goal. So a throw-in. Here I'm trying to make an angle. We've got so many players push forward. I try and make that angle so that I'm not just dealing with a straight pass back. But I almost force that pass. I could maybe play it into midfield, but I kind of force it into bodies, which is the easier decision. I get away with it because we win the bounce and we kind of get this attack. But again, rather than picking someone out, even though it's on my weak foot, I've kind of forced it long. We get a couple more chances. Jordan here does well to kind of get free, get a shot away. And again, this one, Alf plays it out to Matty, who does well to kind of try and beat his man and have a shot on target. But at this point, I'm thinking, I just have to concentrate. You never know with football. You never know what might happen. This kind of awkward back pass, again, I don't deal with it well. If I'm going to clear it, I need to clear it properly. Even though it's on my weak foot, even though it wasn't the best back pass, I need to commit to my decision and clear it properly instead of bobbling it into midfield and then getting lucky with an easy save at the end. This wide free kick, ball is played wide. They manage to kind of gang up on our fullback. Little nutmeg, cross across the goal, beats my defenders, and it's an easy tap in. This makes it 5-2. As you can see, they're happy, their fans are happy, but for us, it's horrific. This cross, I feel like my position is good. I turn, I think the strikers are going to get a touch, so I go into a spread. He misses it, and his mate just taps it in. So I've conceded 5 goals, 5 bad goals. That one, I don't really feel like I can do much different, but it doesn't help. It doesn't make you feel any better. You've still conceded 5 and played pretty poorly. But again, can you drop it? Can you forget it? Can you just completely focus on that next action, regardless of what's already happened, even when there's been lots of bad things in a row? And this kind of situation shows that I don't. Ball into the box, my defender wins the header, and I'm just doing a kind of cursory punch. I've not even attacked that ball well. I've come to punch it, but without any commitment, without any kind of dominance of the situation. So it just shows you how this can get into your head and it can feel like you have to do something for the sake of it when things are going wrong. And that's the worst thing you can do, chasing actions. A bit of an awkward back pass or a back header, and I'm able to come out, deal with it on the volley, do what I didn't do before, and just put my foot through it and get good distance on the clearance. So it shows I've learned something at least in the game. But then that's the final whistle, and that's it. A 5-2 defeat. Horrid. So there you go, a little bit of a different analysis session. I'm showing you warts and all everything that went wrong. I'm talking through it because, one, it's important to see that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has bad games. 2, it's really important to see that mistakes are where you can get better. Mistakes are a mine of useful information on things to help you to improve your own game. If you only watched everything that you did well, you wouldn't get any better. You wouldn't level up. You wouldn't move on to a better standard of football. Forcing yourself to watch through your mistakes and really write down the things that you could have done better is a massive hack in improving your own performance. And then finally, number 3, it hopefully helped you. It hopefully showed you some situations that you might face and show you what not to do. So if I've achieved any of those 3, then that's a successful video for me. Not showing you the best bits, we've got plenty of them, but showing you the worst bits and showing you that as goalies, we're all human. We want to do as well as possible. We don't want to make mistakes, but unfortunately, it's something that just happens in our position. So the better that you can deal with them, the better goalkeeper you're going to be. But I think that's it. Nothing else to say. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Let's keep learning, growing, and chasing improvement together. That's what it's all about.